Hey everybody, welcome back to our first match of the best of three version of the or I guess top four is a better way to put it. First match of top four. This one's not losers. This one is also losers bracket and lower bracket.
Yeah, we got losers semis here between taschneide and Gundham, both very fearsome runners. Tash, the only runner in the left in the lower bracket who was there from before the bracket phase of the tournament. All three of his remaining competitors joined up in the bracket phase, so a lot of glory on the line for Tash here.
Perfect, and they're counted in, so we should see them getting underway rather shortly.
Yes, and for those of you who tuned into our race yesterday, after reviewing the footage, both runners agreed to a replay of Game 1 because of the early crash on Tasha's side. So this is Game 1, the sequel, in our best of three for losers semis.
So it'll be an interesting scenario. These racers will technically have a little bit of data on each other that they might not have otherwise. But it should be cool, and it's good that they kind of agreed to it. It seemed like after the race, they both kind of were having the same conclusion that they wanted to do a replay. So we'll be seeing that happen.
And it looks like we've got a pretty well stocked board for the rematch as well. A couple early things in Talk to Cloth and hopefully Kill Mila. As well as Venge Flag King Massive Moss Charger not requiring a whole lot, but also some sneaky late things, some one-off random goals like Lantern, God Tuner, or Spore Shroom, as well as Lostkin and Traitor Lord. So a good mix of things on the board today.
Yeah, I like this board a lot. Yeah, I'm scanning the board right now. I'm trying to make a call out as to which I think the first goal is going to be. And I feel like it's going to be one of Shape of Honor, Balder Shell, or Quick Focus, Deep Focus, and it's just going to be out of Zelda right now. And that's my hard call out.
Usually I'd bet on Talk to Cloth being a goal picked up pretty early, but one thing we have seen in common with the seeds that Locus has generated of late is Dash is very hard to come by, so I'm not sure Cloth will be getting marked off immediately.
Another thing to mention is this is medium logic, which means that these racers are going to be doing some stuff that they might not have been doing for the rest of the lower bracket phase. So we'll have to see whether any of that comes into play.
Yep, both runners opting to check Fury. There's nothing on the board that would pull you away from checking Fury, and so of course it's fated to be nothing, although if the seed goes really long, that Hive Blood might come in handy.
That's a charm that you get, and you hope it never comes in handy.
Yeah, I mean, early Hive Blood is sort of mimetically useful in the event where Talk to Salubra Overcharmed is on the board. It's nice to have a 4-notch charm right out of the gate, but not the case today.
All right, both racers taking the same path here. Nobody's stopping to check grubs. I think that's more or less the first divergence you could see, besides that Fury divergence. I think we've had one position in the tournament where somebody's actually skipped a Zelda. That was interesting.
And
no crash.
Truth, yeah.
No crash entering the room. I imagine we'll get out of the room safely as well.
All right, cool. We have a race. So now the question is, when you're not pretty sure you're behind, do you take the time and energy to check Go Mask Shard? It looks like Gundham is skipping it again. And Tash is also going to skip it this time. All right, so on even footing. Once again, there's enough random stuff that it might be interesting to check shops first. We saw in the last race that Tash, on the unfortunate back foot, still committed to following Gundham around, doing shops, then False Knight, then moving on from there. We'll see if they split this time.
Yeah, there's almost just as many random stuff on the board. That green path stag might derail them a little bit.
Yeah, with Venge Viking Massive Moss Charger, that's pretty much right away.
Mm-hmm. Might have to do that shade skip to Massive Moss Charger. There'd be some content there. But that goal is technically available.
Meanwhile, City Storeroom Stag and a
Ooh.
Simple Key. Get your bets in chat now.
Yikes. There are a lot of stags this early.
Runners started out, Unbreakable Strength is a nice thing to have. Runners started out with a pretty decent amount of Geo right off the bat. You get above 400 at the start. You're pretty golden for buying things, with the notable exception of if there's a crazy stag chain.
No!
All right. So we've got the fabled Locust Seed in play with an early King's Brand.
Full effect. I'm loving it.
We don't have a way over to right side in Logic yet, or even a feasible way over to right side at all yet. But that means we're now moving in a number of different curse directions, as both runners are going to go beat up Venge Viking here.
I am very ready for that Hidden Station stag to be the next one in the stag chain.
Nah, make them work for it a little bit. Hidden Station Stag at Fluke Marm. Get a couple spells.
Oh, God. Find, like, wraiths in waterways and then, like, dive in waterways. And then, yeah, Hidden Station Stag at Fluke Marm. Yikes. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see some of the geo routing decisions they make. Massive Moss Charger will help a little bit with it if they are both going towards that, which it looks like they're going to be. But having the elevator behind City Storerooms and the Unbreakable Strength at City Storerooms, not super necessary, but might be useful. There's a lot of different things.
Gundham sneaking ahead a little bit, I think, based on not spending as much time collecting Geo from the Venge Viking fight. We'll see if that pays off for him, although that dunk is really unfortunate.
Yeah, we could see Tash catch up a little bit depending on how each of these runners do the shade skip. In one of my races against Cake, he did a thing where he just walked into the acid and inventory dropped into it over and over, and he actually just made up a lot of time on me just by killing himself really, really fast.
Yeah, that early control is, I believe, not in and of itself considered a major glitch, but you run the risk of it enabling various storages that are considered major glitches. But this rando tournament has been very chill about early control, and I think both runners do know the benefit gained by it. But that said, Gundham dunking slowly. We'll see.
Yeah, I feel like also there aren't that many risks of with storage if you're just gonna kill yourself immediately. But both of them taking the slow route, playing it safe. So yeah, I always go down to die. It didn't look like Gundham went down to die, but does your shade just spawn in the same spot anyways?
I do not actually know. It looks like your shade behaves itself. Yep.
Yeah. All right, that's good to know. Don't have to actually go all the way down.
And Gundham gets it first try. That shade's a little bit finicky to herd, but not the worst thing. So this should be Gundam's goal, barring some very unfortunate cucumber RNG.
No, Cucumber's behaving too. Yep, gets marked.
And Tash with the instant warp out. Or instant move past.
Yeah, I like this. You know your opponent's here. It doesn't actually lose you too much. You might even get to the check before your opponent. You may as well see what they're about to get. Because if it's something like Dash or something like Claw, you're never going to come back here and do the shade skip again. May as well get the item while you're here.
Oh, and Gundam taking that acid dunk, that means that this check is almost certainly Tash's. Although the Durandas, oh, this could be very tight.
VS. Okay. Probably a very good thing that Tash continued on here.
That's a nice thing to have. And Gundam also going to take this time to snag the grub while he's here, which I like. On medium logic, with just green path access, you could have up to 7 grubs required of you for a progression item. So not bad to grab it while you're in the area. Tash, meanwhile, looping right back around to False Knight.
And do we get an extra grub as well with City Storeroom Stag, and then another with the Simple Key?
The Simple Key definitely gets you a grub, so that brings it up to 8. Oh, and the one on the elevator, yes. So theoretically 9 grubs progression item, in fact.
Yeah, you're definitely not hoping to have to collect that many grubs, but I feel like it's something you want to check early with all these grub goals on the board. You're collecting 5 in City of Tears anyway, you're collecting 5 in Deepness anyway, and the 2 in Ancient Basin. The elevator one isn't in Logic. Gotcha. That's good to know.
Probably on account of the lever skips. Lever skips are weird because you can turn them off as a setting in the game, so they can't be put into any logic setting.
Gotcha.
And we are seeing divergence as opposed to the last race, with Tash doing False Knight and Gundam heading straight for shops. So, let's see if Gundam manages to grab a charm goal or 2. It'd be big.
We'll have to see if Gundam tries for the Fireball skip to Salubra as well. Because we're in medium logic, Salubra is in logic, but usually will require that shade skip. You can do a little bit of an air stall with those fireballs to get over there a little bit quicker, but it is a little bit more challenging. Yeah, just about. I've seen people do the turnarounds, and I actually never do it with the turnarounds, and it actually seems more consistent without. But I don't know.
Meanwhile, Dreamnail at False Knight for the second game 1 this set opens up a couple of things. Not the most immediate deal here, but Dreamer's checks and Lostkin down the line will want it. And there's your boss logic as well.
Yeah, there is. Does that immediately put Fluke Marm? Yeah, that's immediate Fluke Marm, right?
Unfortunately, Fluke Marm requires dive for access, but yeah, that is.
Oh, right, yeah.
That is all you need in terms of damage on medium logic.
Dang, we need dive still.
I have faith. Dive in a shot. So Gundam did not get the air stall and instead opted to just go for the shade skip. Not going to lose too much time in attempting that air stall once. If Tash gets it, that would be pretty big for him. But other than that, Gundam should still be able to grab everything first at these shops.
Even just having Wraiths for Gruz Mother cleanup might be a time save too for Tash.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there they go. Salubra's a bust.
Yeah, not much there. A little bit unfortunate for Gundam. Unless Sly here bails him out. I mean, Shaman Stone isn't the worst thing to see.
And Tash also going to, unfortunately, with that air stall. Yeah, we've seen Shaman, Quick Slash, and Unbreakable Strength already, so this seed is very kind in giving out the damage.
Yeah, we haven't seen much other than spells, though. We've seen a couple spells, Shaman Stone, a lot of damage, but not much else. Damage and stags.
Still nothing in the way of movement.
King's Brand is my favorite movement.
It is an okay piece of movement, it's true. Although we still don't have a way to actually use it.
Oh yeah, and Quick Slash was around too.
And Tasha's Shade going to troll him a little bit. I respect going for the pogo on the fireball.
Yeah, it's just a little bit high up. Alright, so we are seeing one of these checks that does require the Geo here from Gundam. The elevator. I'll have to see if that pays off for him. It's good to kind of check through shops before you do something like this. And it's steady body.
Not quite what we're looking for. Ash also gonna snap by Shaman Stone. While Gundam routes around to pick up the simple key. It's waterways at clock.
Yeah, I like this play a lot, actually. That city storeroom stag plus that simple key is like, I feel like technically the thing that's furthest in logic, even if it is a bit of a long walk to get there.
Ash thinking about doing mound, but opting to skip it in favor of storeroom, so is going to end up following Gundam for a little bit longer here. Gundam infects the crossroads with Lurian.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's a lot of different things you could do now. You could go right side almost immediately now. Or you could go to Leg Eater, which looks like what Gundam might be doing here with the infection skip. This would be going to talk to Cloth?
Yeah.
Good awareness. From Gundam.
Tash, meanwhile, looks like having some trouble getting out of that arena and is heading back to Mound.
Yeah, Gundam here not getting quite to the full height of his jump before doing this first pogo, meaning he's not hitting this second bubble. A little bit awkward of his skip. There we go.
I gets it there. So
Where do you think progression's going to be?
I mean, there's no obvious contender for like sucky progression like there was Beastin in the last game. I want to believe that Waterways is hiding something. It's too mimetic not to. Although Stag Nest Stag is a good place to be.
Yeah.
Leg Eater is another bust. Shop's not being kind this seed.
Yeah, so this is going to be a goal trade. Gundam's going to get that talk to Cloth, but Tash will get the Stag Nest Vessel Fragment, which I believe is on the board. Yep, on Namuro. And another stag.
Some fast movement as well.
Oh boy.
Looks like Tash also might be hiding. Never mind.
So Tash isn't actually going to know how Gundam got to Cloth. Even with all the stags that we have, he doesn't technically have access to Cloth right now without like a fireball skip across Queen Station, which isn't the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
So he might know he missed something somewhere. Worst case scenario is that it's dash or wings.
But as is custom, movement has not been seen yet. And Gundam looks like going to continue around to Queen Station. So if Tash just clears out cliffs and then takes the stag to Queen Station, they could be syncing up again in a little bit. Getting some totally novel checks from both sides, though, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. And I don't even want to try and count how many grubs they both have in logic now, with as many stags as they have. Yeah, I'd like to see a grubs check from either of them, just so that they know whether they should be running them in while they're checking all of these areas.
And it looks like Gundam not going to finish out that pathing through Fungal, instead going to head back to city storerooms, probably continue down into waterways. And Tash this time making the heads-up play of lighting the Grim Lantern with a Dream Nail from False Night, notably something that even if Gundam were to find his way up here, I guess he'd have to go through False Night to get Stag Nest Stag, so never mind. But to get those extra painful checks out of the way as fast as possible, or at least set them up.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, it looks like Gundam might be making his way down towards that waterways. Might do those 2 checks here, the lem egg and the rafters check on the way down. Does have that simple key in his pocket.
Yep, and gonna be broke for just a moment, but they've certainly found enough relics to make this lem trip. Will refill his wallet.
There's your grub. I'm surprised that one actually isn't in logic with Storm's access.
Yeah, actually, looking at it, I think there's a point raised in chat. It's because on this setting, it's a grub bottle that you can smack through the floor. But if you were, for instance, running on Super Junk Pit, where it's just a shiny item check, there is no way to get up there. Gundam's going to nail that damage boost and pick up God Tuner for free. Why not? Get one of those random goals off the board.
A fragment.
Meanwhile, the light fragmenting continues.
It's interesting. Gundam is ahead on these goals at the moment, but I actually like Tash's position better. You have the Wraiths, you have the Dream Nail, you have a couple more Stags.
Shopkeeper's Key could potentially be big, especially since you're already here selling to Lem. As Tash with Shaman spells, going to put some quick work in on Hornet.
Yeah, and Hornet's really not expecting to go up against anybody with 2 spells and Shaman Stone, so she goes down pretty quick. Sprint past her is really nice.
It's kind of like Dash.
It's close as you're going to get to Dash for a while.
So now Tash is back on his main circuit. Yeah, unfortunately not enough charm notches to equip it and Shaman is the preferred charm in this and just about every other situation.
Tash should end up seeing this Lurian here now, if these husks behave. Alright, now they're being a little bit rude.
Yeah, they are not super interested in doing, but gets it that time, so gonna see where the infection came from.
You probably breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief there. If you kind of piece that with cloth, knowing that your opponent doesn't have a whole bunch of movement that you're actually missing.
Meanwhile, Tram Pass and Waterways, that's our legit resting grounds access.
These tiny hops across waterways. I like this a lot.
Doing waterways with no movement is always rough.
Mm-hmm.
And City
Crest. We're finding all of the things that just, like, give us access to new areas, but none of the movement to get to any of them.
We're just buffing up your key count. Let's see what's, speaking of keys, another simple key at Shop Key, and a Pale Ore, which is enough for Nail 2. It looks decently cheap. It's at least a 3-digit Pale Ore as opposed to a 4-digit one. Looks like Gundam is trying to do some quick geomath.
Have we seen Queen Station Stag from Tash?
We have not, I don't think.
We haven't seen it from either of them, have we?
No, some things we are still missing from Logic. We're missing the Bench Egg in Waterways, which you can go around to. Queen Station Stag and the Sporgs check in Fungal. All of, well, I guess that's out of Logic. But Queen Station Stag and Autopilot are both in Logic. Both runners skipped Gum Mask Shard. And I don't think Tash actually went back and checked the Grim Lantern, although with Shopkeeper's Key, he will hopefully remember that when he is next in Dirtmouth.
Oh. We're getting to the, well, I shouldn't say we're getting to the point where checks are becoming a little bit more sparse. We do still have quite a bit of stuff, but it's been a while since we've seen anything like substantial as far as progression goes.
Autopilot seal is the moniker given to the Hallownest seal in like Greenpath Fog Canyon by the Lifeblood cocoon on your way between Queen Station and Stone Sanctuary. It was nicknamed that because you tend to autopilot past it and skip doing the check.
I don't even think I even saw that room in my casual playthrough.
So checking Sly Key, gonna see the Pale Ore and the Simple Key. Also doing the geomath, it looks like. And he's gonna end up buying it. He's more flush with cash, which I think is not bad.
Yeah, I like picking up the Arcane Egg and the Simple Key here. When you've got this much geo, you're keeping enough for that that nail too. But whenever you can pick up that Arcane Egg, it just kind of ensures that you will have a way to replenish your geo as you go, which is always nice.
Yeah, and this movement not free. It does require some Vengefly baits and pogos in order to actually get up to the Nailsmith's hut, but Gundham is pretty far away and doesn't have a movement advantage, so this should be nail 2 for Tash. Which also, with Unbreakable Strength and Quick Slash on the map, helps a fair bit with these bosses.
Good shape.
85 geo at Dream Nail. I like this a lot from Gundham. I feel like, yet again, these are checks that are pretty far down the progression chain. And I like that a lot.
Oh, and a free Pale Ore. Especially if Gundham decides to go for that, that would be one of the best breaks that Tash could get.
Tash doing well not to fall in the loser pit. Looked like that Vengefly might push him in real quick, but he was aware of it. Good on him.
Alright, good Vengefly movement the way over here.
He's hurting these Vengeflies very well. No.
Oh no. No! That's the last place you can make that last jump legit. So,
Gundham might actually get this now. Oh no, he goes in the lizard pit. No. I guess that one. Can you get out of that one? No, you can't.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Goes to Salubra.
So Tash is just conceding that. Which, honestly, not bad. If he went for it, unless Gundham also falls in the loser pit, it would simply be would simply be losing time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so he is going to be going to right side here. We'll have to see whether he goes to Resting Grounds or to King Station. I actually think
that Tash actually has a Dream Nail, so there are like, what, 7 more checks that Tash can actually get profitably than Gundham?
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention. I think that that's a much better play here than going to Kings. Unless you're planning on maybe doing that Great Hopper Shade Skip. Might not see that this race.
I suspect both runners will avoid it, given that it is necessary on 0 logics. So Gundham also having some issues with these Vengeflies, but looks like... Yeah, gets it clean. So very smart of Tash to, after falling in the loser pit, not try and reset that goal hunt, because probably would have lost it out there.
That jump from Tash is actually deceptively hard. And then I think you need a pogo for the next one.
Yeah, you gotta bait this guy over.
That one too, actually. There's some jumps that are just close enough that you can do, but they're really awkward. There we go. Gets it.
And gets it, yeah. The last pogo on the flying sentry is very, very annoying if he doesn't behave instantly. Like, backing that up takes forever. And yeah, Tash fighting Zero on his way into the Dreamnail cutscene means that I suspect we're going to get an essence check, which could potentially be big, because Gundham would have to retrace the map to find that Dreamnail.
Please live. You don't want to do the shade skipping or the infection skip again. We'll clutch that out. That's very good. It's an interesting decision to do Zero before you see what's actually at Essence. It's even more interesting to not collect grubs without checking grubs, but collect Essence without checking Essence.
Another simple key. I think that's the third we've seen total. So now that means all three of your 4 dashes are at God Tuner and Pleasure House, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tend to like killing Zero on your way into the resting grounds if you've got a Dream Nail and a spell and it's not like heinous to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just because if your opponent doesn't do it, you have a leg up not just on whatever checks might be at low essence, but you have free time for higher essence goals, and checking Glade. It cascades so much if you call it right that the time loss is not usually that bad.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I just feel like that logic also transfers to grubs, for the most part.
Absolutely, but Mantis Claw at 200 essence, that's pretty worth that.
Yeah, you are going to get that immediately.
I mean, Ash just one Gorb away.
Yeah, I guess Gorb's probably the easiest one. Don't really want to do Elder Who.
I was gonna say, I don't think Tash even has a logical way to Elder Who yet.
No.
And we haven't seen... Actually, how is that logical? The only things we've seen are Gorb and Zero in logic, so there must be, assuming that's logical claw, which, based on the way this seed is going, I'm guessing it might be, only 200 essence. That means there's, like, lantern somewhere?
Yeah, I was about to say
hard read somewhere?
Hard read lantern at, like, Go Mask Shard or Moloch.
Moloch lantern seems very believable. Okay, so Gundham is going to pick up his Dream Nail relatively quickly here, but Tash will still have a pretty nice advantage on Claw.
And what do you do as soon as you get Claw here? Thing that kind of screams out to me immediately is kill a Great Hopper plus the talk to Bardoon.
Yeah,
if there's anything else more appealing.
You could set up for kill 2 Soul Warriors.
You could do Moss Prophet as well.
Oh yeah, that's also very fast. I don't believe Tash checked the tent, did he? The Grim tent?
No, I think that's still kind of sitting there. Gundam not going to be too far behind on this this claw. It's going to take him a little bit to get the essence for it, but at least has the knowledge.
Gundam also in the much less enviable position of probably having to do Elder Who without Dash, since he doesn't have Stag Nest Stag. Technically, all of the Dream Warriors share the same logic, which is on medium, you just need any one non-dive spell. But Elder Who without Dash is so much worse than some other Dream bosses without Dash.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting to note that Gundam does have Nail 2, so some of these Dream Warriors might actually take a little bit more time than they did for Tash.
Dash equipping Sprint Master and running back down towards right side.
I think this is the King Station play for Bardoon and Great Hopper.
Oh,
Or
right,
that would be my guess.
Yeah, they've never been down there. I was like, surprised he's not warping somewhere more direct, but this is his most direct path. So that's Sprint Master, also an incidental advantage that Tash has that Gundam doesn't.
A little bit of a long walk, but when you're jogging like Tash is, won't feel quite as bad.
Yeah. And I love still no dash, just to, remind us what life was like.
Before 8-digit seeds?
Before 8-digit seeds, but also at the beginning of casual playthrough. So that is fluke marning logic. So if either runner wants to pick up their obviously hidden station stag to check Abyss, they now can do so.
That's also notably 4 more checks in resting grounds that are pretty quick. So, something to keep in mind as well. Tash going for this jump that you do in the any percent speedrun here. It's kind of awkward.
And Gundam going to begin suffering through dashless Nail 2, who some free money at King Station Stag is nice.
Yeah, that's definitely... I like the decision there from Tash to, like, immediately drop it, because he's like, oh, it's just Geo, and then he's, like, kind of processes the numbers and picks it up. There's Tash's 4th Charm Notch. Can put Shaman Stone back on here.
Yep. And, good awareness. Don't want to get caught without damage. And Gundam with actually a very clean dashless nail upgrades who fight. So, that would be pretty quick to claw here.
We might end up seeing a little bit of a trade here. I imagine as soon as Gundam sees kill a Great Hopper, he's going to give up on the Bardoon goal. And then head probably towards that Moss Prophet. Yeah,
I think it might be in Tash's best interest, actually, to hide Great Hopper for a little bit. And mark it in succession with Bardoon. Could potentially bait Gundam over to Kingdom's Edge instead of to Moss Prophet. Of course, if Gundam just goes for Moss Prophet, that's moot, but...
Or even just do Great Hopper and then immediately do Moss Prophet. And just kind of say Gundam's not going to go there.
Looks like Gundam is making the correct read that Tash is headed out to Kingdom's Edge.
Yep, that's best case scenario for Gundam, I feel like. Takes away all the potential to kind of get screwed over by getting locked out over and over. That Great Hopper went down pretty damn quick.
Oh, and there's C-Dash, so picks up an incidental goal as well. Seems fitting. We know from the pre-game check-ins with the runners that Gundam and not Tash is a fan of this goal, which we know, of course, is objectively the correct take. But Mila's going to die in quick succession here. Oh, Tash getting some more damage.
I'd like to see Gundam follow through here and get the, Oh, actually, is that good play? I'm thinking maybe for the elevator, which he could technically do right now.
That's definitely slower than Moss Prophet, but yeah, that's also... Yeah, that...
At least getting the bench.
Actually, pretty strong on this board. And still no dashes to be seen. So that C-Dash is a very non-trivial movement upgrade.
Oh, that mushroom dying in one hit. Poor guy. Wasn't expecting Nail 2. Oh, yeah, sorry. Gundam doesn't have dive. Yeah, that's me getting the runners mixed up.
Also fair. It's okay. He's gonna find wings at Sporshroom. Don't even worry about it.
This is interesting from Tash, trying to get up here to the Hornet 2 bench. Trying to see if there's anything that you'd want a Kingdom's Edge bench for here. Oh, the lore tablet. I like this then.
Alas, it was not wings at Sportshroom.
Poor Gundam. It's interesting that he didn't even head towards Kingdom's Edge for... Oh, I guess the Great Hopper's already been marked. Yeah, he's not going to now.
So what is this play from Gundam? Is this working on City Grubs? He still doesn't have dive, so he wouldn't be able to finish that off. Could be, technically has enough for 2 Dreamers checks, but that's also a goal that takes a very long time. Could just be the soul read on Flukemarm.
Still doesn't have dive as well.
Oh, yeah.
We keep on thinking that Gundam's got dive. Tash, just go heal, come back. Go get the boo fly and heal off of him and then come back. Walk out the door. No!
It's just setting up the Shade Skip. That's what the Hornet bench was for.
Oh, I mean, I'm glad he got the Hornet bench now.
Dash Master to troll us a little bit more.
And it sucks, especially for Gundam. Like, sometimes you see Dash Master and you're like, I'm okay with this. I have Sprint Master, so I'm going to run extra fast. But Gundam isn't the one who's got that. So, going to be a little bit more painful for him. Oh, is this Emilitia from Gundam? Can you do Emilitia with what he has? C-Dash Claw?
Yep, that should be sufficient.
No, I love Bardoon.
Such a good dude. Alright. The Tash looks like continuing up into Upper Kingdom's Edge as he continues to get bullied by these primal aspects.
Something to note here too, Tash has had Queen Station stack for a very, very long time. I'm kind of hoping he finds this C-Dash at Queen Station, and also that Great Slash being at the stag itself.
And
is very
Gundam also
relevant.
getting rewarded there with Shape of Un in Grove.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do if you're Tash here? There's a lot of goals still left on the board, and not many that you can do.
Yeah, I don't know. You can start on 2 Dreamers checks, but that requires a lot of gumption. Vessel Fragment's not bad to have, given the goals still remaining on the board. Tash can also do Grubs in City. He takes another death in Kalo. That's rough.
I hope he just abandons his shade there. It takes
So
so
he
much
might-
time to get back up.
Yeah, City Grubs might be something worth doing. Can also set up for 2 Soul Warriors that way. And also get like a fair number of checks, get a Dreamer's check out of the way. With Claw and Dive, City is pretty well stacked. It looks like just opting to do some other dive lock checks, which is still not bad, while Gundam does not have a dive.
Mm-hmm. Nothing in Pleasure House. With as many simple keys as we saw, I was thinking there might be something there.
Which means Dash is at God Tuner.
Oh no. Tash going for this fake dive. What?
Gets
He,
it.
Are you kidding me? He didn't even stop to set it up on the left side. He just ran to the left side and just did it. That was really impressive. Oh, this left side.
And the instant pause, like, yep, not today.
Yeah. Kingdom's Edge not being very nice to Tash.
So, as far as eras, Tash can go to peaks right now. Tash is also going to check Crypts, which I appreciate. Crypts almost always has something for you. I also have not seen anyone do Light Deep Nest. Gundham quitting out after Moss Prophet. Usually if a seed goes 45 minutes and no one finds a dash, that's where one is hiding. But still rough to just decide spontaneously to want to do Deep Nest all of a sudden.
Oh, this is going to be painful if there's like a dash at like 2 grubs.
There's a VS at 20, almost the same thing.
Another Dreamer.
Oh, there's a dash. It's Crypts. It's always Crypts.
It's always Crypts. Yep. Alright, I would have got baited this seed. I feel like grubs are always good. This seed, grubs don't do much for you.
And Gundham looks like routing right around into Moloch. Alright, so Tash now with a solid, tangible movement advantage. Now I want to see some city stuff. Like, you've got more than enough damage for Watcher Knights. You can get 3 grubs City of Tears, 1 Soul Warrior down, and a Dreamer's Check down. In pretty short order here.
Yeah, I like that play a lot. Also, Tash being on 2 health here is giving me...
And just like that, we have now seen 3 Dreamers with the one at Grubs, so... Wings at Black Egg, anyone?
I'd be down. I would be down. What is this from Tash? Could get some pretty quick checks here in Green Path. But I don't see any other obvious goals immediately. Ismas.
Just mod logging the Ismas real quick. That's QG opened up.
Okay, he's gonna go for the further check here past Massive Mass Charger. Gonna see Soul Catcher here from Gundam. Gonna get that Stag Nest Stag.
Did Tash ever check the Grim Tent? I don't think he did.
Nope.
So if that ends up being something, that would be really rough for Tash.
Yeah, I've kind of lost track of what intended progression looks like with, you know, people breaking logic with infection and that sort of thing. But there definitely could still be something there.
Chad also pointing out that Go Mask Shard has still gone unchecked.
Mm-hmm. I like this from Tash. I hope he continues through and gets the Umu bench. I feel like Umu generally tends to be the most annoying of the 3 Dreamer checks, but if you're not going to have Lantern or DV Stag, might be a better play than going all the way through Dark Deep Nest.
Yeah, Dark Deep Nest is definitely less fun than Umu. And Tash gets a second Dream Nail. Not bad to have. Looks like Gundam is going to be hot on the heels of this Ismas. May make this an honest Dreamer's Checks race.
I like that we're seeing Claw Dash versus Claw C Dash. Both of them having some form of horizontal movement, but definitely more convenient for Tash than for Gundam.
Yeah, so the big advantages here, Tash has a whole lot of damage over Gundam. Looks like Tash is just going right for Umu. So 2 Dreamers checks into City of Tears Grubs into 2 Soul Warriors. Pretty solid comeback game plan.
Mm-hmm. One thing to note here for Tash is usually you've got enough soul here for 3 spell casts. You're only gonna have 2 here because his soul is still in Kingdom's Edge.
Oh yeah, he will not be able to one-cycle Umu even with Shaman Shriek. Well, actually, maybe. Thanks to Sane Umu, he can get, I think he just needs 2 Nail Swings and then 2 full Shaman Shrieks to kill it off because of the health nerf.
Could happen. Setup looks a little weird. Oh, 2 Nail Swings. Oh. I wonder if it is 1 Nail Swing off. Probably. Literally 1 Nail Swing off. That's crazy.
A dash at Thorns. Oh my god. If that was intended, I will scream. Claw C-dash Thorns is one of my least favorite things about this game. Tash is right back in it. And with the 5-goal lead, Tash is back in the driver's seat.
Gundam going towards this city stuff. Still doesn't have dive, so he's not going to be able to do City of Tears Grubs. So Tash will still be ahead on that, regardless.
And Tash, having picked up a Soul Vessel at Umu, it looks like he's going to run quick to check Leg Eater just to see. I don't remember if there was a Vessel at Leg Eater, but that would be a very heads-up goal pickup from Tash.
Oh yeah, I saw that Vessel fragment, and I was like, okay, nothing important here. But definitely relevant on this board. Does look like Gundam's getting started on this goal as well.
And yeah, ton of Soul Vessels at Leg Eater. So, good snag from Tash there.
There was 3 there. That was fantastic.
And so now Gundam with the advantage of Nail 2 and a head start on Watcher Knights, but Tash with the advantage of Shaman Shriek and 1 Dreamer already down. So this could be very painful for Gundam if Tash does get this and deprives Gundam of that goal. Although a very clean Watcher Knights into a very clean Umu would be excellent from Gundam.
Yeah. I wonder if Tash will opt to get this grub before or after doing Watcher Knights. It's gonna have to reset the room here. Yeah, Jet bringing up a good point in chat. DV Stag at Watchers could be
that would be
a little bit painful.
That would be spicy.
That wasn't very nice. You just killed that Great Husk. Great Husk didn't even know it was coming.
You know, I like this. You got Shriek. Don't want to deal with doing that through the floor like that. Don't want to deal with the dark lever skip that you see in like the any % speedruns. Just kill him through the floor.
No, he still goes for this lever.
Interesting.
I always get lost in this room. Does make it through.
Alright, so Tash entering the Watcher Knight fights as Gundam looks like about to clean it up there. So, should be Tash's goal, barring some very unfortunate RNG break-in for Gundam here.
There's still quite a few things that they could find that it would be very valuable.
Oh, God.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh god.
Actually, you know what? I blame Jet for this.
Yeah, that's chat. Commentators are fine on this one. Given the Gundam doesn't
Ash
have,
just is really fast. He might still be okay.
I mean, given the Gundam doesn't have wings, and like needs to actually go through all of Beasten, I think that. Okay, if that was wings, I was gonna scream. I think that Tash is fine unless he takes a death here on the goal. But like, wow, what a horrible break for Tash. And wings to TV stack.
Quack, please.
Flying. Okay. Okay, sure. You know what? Fine. That is the most ridiculous set of events.
He's on the last watcher. I mean, it's not gonna matter if he does end up dying here, but oh man. The Devouts versus the last two watchers.
And a Walk-Talarian.
Or I guess one Devout.
That is downright ridiculous.
Do you continue if you're Tash? I guess he is continuing.
I mean, you kind of want to for your wings.
Yeah.
That is... Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen something like that happen. Where we're like, okay, there's one way that this could happen, and it would require 3 checks being like exactly where they need to be. And like all of them kind of math out. That's crazy.
Well, so hopefully Tash just assumes he was outsped on Umu into Watcher Knights, and will think about getting his wings. Yeah, Gundam's going to route right around for the elevator here, and now you can do it for free with wings and C-Dash.
Yep, Gundam could do the Grubs and Ancient... No, he doesn't have dive, never mind.
Well, yeah, still no dive for Gundam. We still haven't seen a second nail art ever. We still haven't seen Elegant Key. He could technically do Mask Maker through QG.
Could technically do Lostkin as well.
Alright, Tash is going to get his wings here. So that's base and grubs for Tash. Oh, and reverse Dark Mask Maker.
Yeah, I mean, you've got all the tools for it. Commend Tash for this. This actually shouldn't be that bad if you set Dream Gates along the way.
That is right, Tash did find a second Dream Nail. That was like Fog Canyon Charm Notch, right? So Gundam's not getting that anytime soon.
I believe so. This does look like the Lostkin play from Gundam here. So Gundam only needs 3 here. It's not much immediately available, but do Lostkin, Soul Warriors, and then...
I mean, how's the movement for Deep Nest Grubs? Just not the Lantern.
Yeah.
Ash also needs to set a Dream Gate. Please. Alright, gonna set it.
Perfect.
Geo at the fountain, always very kind.
Pretty good awareness here from Tash. I do not really know how this room works backwards.
No, I I don't know that I could confidently do this room backwards with the lantern, much less in the dark.
Oh, ouch. I know I can do this room in the dark the other way. I know that route.
Oh yeah, when it's like what 15 seconds cumulatively of darkness time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, or Gundam meanwhile setting up for basin grubs.
Do we remember where that dive was?
Maybe.
I'm sure chat remembers.
Wasn't it like above King Station?
Yep, chat's saying an 8% journal. Because that would help Gundam out a lot.
Where did the arena?
That would give Gundam an easier way for 2 Soul Warriors through Godhome, and it would also give him that last basin grub as well.
4 pale ore on Dash's side. This is your daily reminder that kill the nailsmith should be a tiebreaker goal.
Kill the nailsmith with a spell.
And that's reserved for the enlightened individuals like yourself and me that know the proper value of killing NPCs in Hollow Knight. So Tash gonna probably trade basin grubs for Lostkin here, I imagine, unless Gundam has some real struggles with the boss fights. I don't remember there being anything useful at Essence past the Claw. I think we saw a 5th Pale Ore there, but seems unlikely to be necessary.
Mm-hmm. Oh, awkward position here for Gundam. Who's gonna hold on, looks like. Yep, finishes out the fight. Well done. Tash technically having a damage advantage with like Shaman Shriek, but this is not the boss you want to be using Shriek on.
Yeah, the old true ending speedrun route can attest that Shriek Lostkin is not the most fun thing. And also Tash without the C dash going to take a lot longer of a walk here.
Play the rhythm game.
See, you say replace Dreamnail Marissa with Dreamnail Joni. I say, why not both?
We need Dreamnail to be stronger on every board.
Every goal is now a Dreamnail goal. All right, Tash getting his 5th goal. I wonder if he continues on to Lostkin.
Actually, I wouldn't mind replacing like Obtain Dreamnail with Dreamnail Joni. That'd be cool. I'd be down.
Gundam getting a little bit bullied here. Managing to find a spot to heal.
Getting some doubles here on those Shaman Stone VS.
Yeah, also Nail 2
nice.
makes this fight a lot easier on Gundam's side.
Can't imagine Lostkin has much health left.
I was so convinced that Pogo spot on that Malark was just safe.
Gundam was trying to stop and heal there. Didn't actually have the soul to do it. We'll get a heal or 2 off here. Should be safe.
There's the mark. That's it, and Tash again with the immediate warp out, just a minute or 2 behind. Gonna Dream Gate back to Mask Maker attempts.
Honestly, not that bad. I mean, like, it sucks to get sniped when you're down this far, but if you're gonna get sniped, it's nice that you have a Dream Gate like in progress on another goal.
Yeah, you say that, but at the rate Gundam's luck has been this game, I'm expecting Lantern at this check. Okay, just a lifeblood charm. Which, you know, gentle nudge back towards the abyss that has been open basically this entire game.
I want Hidden Station Stag at Go Mask Shard, and Intended Progression at Shriek.
Yeah, because Race was super early as well.
Mm-hmm. So Gundam here might be starting on the Deep Nest Grubs in the dark. We'll have to see.
I mean, honestly, with essentially full movement, like Deep Nest Grubs, not as bad of darkroom management as Mask Maker from this direction, in my opinion. But Tash with the Dream Gate.
And also, it's not like he's in any shortage of time either. He could spend a very long time on this and still have it be worth it for being his 12th goal.
Yeah. Especially if one of these novel checks like Trampasser or Zote Relic is going to be nail art, a focus charm, a lantern, elegant key, spore shroom. There's a lot of things that would just basically instantly end the game.
Mm-hmm.
Tash is through.
There he is, hard at work. Mask Maker in the flesh. If he has flesh.
Or yeah, or whatever Mask Maker does.
Hard to tell with creatures in Hollow Knight.
Looks like Tash is in fact starting on City Grubs. So I like this. Sets up nice essence drop there from the Bellfly. Takes away static goals that theoretically Gundam could do, although still missing dive. It also gets you set up for 2 Soul Warriors, and theoretically at this point you might just go do 2 Soul Warriors in
Kalo.
Gundam.
Oh yeah, Kalo or Godhome, either or. Maybe not Kalo 3 actually. Yeah, if he needs to get both of these. He needs to get the. Oh, Gundam got that first try. Whoa. Okay. Good for him. All right. But yeah, Tash needs to definitely get both of these. Because these are the only 2 goals that Gundam has available after Deep Nest Grubs, or the City Grubs, and those 2 Soul Warriors. So if he can put Gundam in a position where he has to look for random stuff, there might be a chance here, but it'll be tough for sure.
Oh, but taking a death there. At least I'll get him his soul back. But that is rough. What's Tash doing? Gundam's making pretty quick work of this dark room, all told. And that is 5 on a screen, so Gundam at 12. And also taking the time to check Weaver's Den.
3 pretty dense checks here. I like this play a lot.
Ash.
Oh, there it is.
And that's GG anyway. Alright. Bit of an anticlimax at the end there, but it's oh my god, the Beast Den rush from Gundam.
Yeah, that was painful.
Oh, GG.
GG.
So,
deep focus was something.
But also, how about that chain from Watcher Knights to Hera?
That was also amazing. I've been totally amazed by that.
Yeah, you sniped me on so many goals this race.
Oh my god.
really?
No,
Fly King, Massive Moss Charger, 2 Dreamers checks, Lost Kin. You sniped me on all 3 of those.
Oh,
Um,
I
also-
was
Nail two,
I
kind
sniped
of.
you on Massive Moss Charger. How close was it?
Massive Moss Charger was
I
pretty
just
close.
reached Massive Moss Charger as you marked it.
Oh, I mean, I had such a clean shadescape, so
It was very clean.
No, we were talking when Gundham, when you were walking up to the Watcher Knights fight, because Tash had already done Umu, but he was like several rooms behind you on that. That like basically what you'd need was Distant Village Stag at Watcher Knights, and then you got that, and I was like, okay, at least he doesn't have wings, so he'll have to walk through Beast Stag and then wings at DV Stag, and I was like, come on.
that was really something. So wait, you followed me to Deepness to Distant Village Stag Run. How did I not get sniped on the elevator?
I didn't have
Um,
C-Dash.
Oh, you did not have C-Dash.
Where was
Yeah.
it, by the way?
Sporgs.
Sporgs. Okay.
Borg.
I basically didn't do any of Fungal except going to Leg Eater for a Vessel Fragment.
I snagged it on the way to Moss Prophet and just had to stop by to Myla. When I
Shoutouts
did
to
it.
Dash at Thorns.
Yeah, that was also amazing.
Ridiculous. Tash's dash was in crypts. You Gundam missed dive at the any percent journal for that entire race.
I also was thinking about going up there and forgot about it because goals. God damn it.
It's like fair. Just running through our.
Where were the nail arts? I never found any of them.
That's the
Great
Great
Slash
Slash
was
was
at
at
Queens.
Queen's Station.
Great
and
Splash was at where? At Wings?
Queens.
Alright, Queens. Okay.
And unfortunately, one of the checks you abandoned, Quick Slash had Cyclone Slash.
I didn't
that-
have Dash at the time, and I didn't really feel like going back there until I had. Like maybe if I found
spike
Spore
tunnel.
Shroom, I would. If I found Spore Shroom, I would have gone back there. But
And Dash Slash was at Mask Shard Deep Nest, so Fungal Core. Also, Dupe Wings in Fungal Core. You love to see.
where was Spore Shroom?
Spore Shroom was at Helena Seal Queen's Garden, so come back here.
That wasn't
That
happening
was
for a
great.
while.
Was there something in Abyss?
Yeah.
Because when I found Live Blood Core at Wings, I really wanted to go there, but I was just like, let's finish Grubs first and maybe go there later.
Abyss had a Dreamer, if that's what you're looking for. It had Weaver's Song. It had a Vessel Fragment at Lifeblood Core. It's a shame that Leg Eater had like 5 of them. No, Abyss was a bait this seed, in true Locust Seed fashion.
I would have went down. I would have gotten baited. I would have wasted so much time.
Did we get shouted much for not buying extra soul vessel for a long time?
I mean,
No,
Tash,
actually.
Tash
There
never
were
actually
3
checked
at Leg
Leg
Eater.
Eater. Yeah, Tash never actually checked Leg Eater until he went to buy his 3rd there and then saw 3 there. And
How did you not get that goal?
I completely
checked Leg
spaced out this goal because I was rushing Cloud, and then forgot about what was there. So, yeah.
also, while not technically a goal or anything massive, shoutouts to King Station Stag at the Grimchild check, which I don't think you ever went back for, Tash, after lighting the
No,
lantern.
I didn't.
With Grimchild the Charm at Bretta. Nice.
Yeesh.
Where
were the other dashes?
Was
That's relevant for Trader Lord.
Oh, right.
Also, where was Lantern?
Oh,
right.
yeah, both of those.
That's
Lantern
nice.
was at the Go Mask Shard, which I believe
Oh.
Locust called like 5 minutes.
I said hard read. Lantern at Go Mask Shard or that's perfect that's actually what progression
Another
ended up
check
being.
I was thinking about and did not do. Also, where was Elegant King?
Okay, Elegant Key was at the Crystal Peak chest, so neither of you really ventured into peaks at all, so that wasn't getting found. Our dashes, we had So the first intended dash was the one that Tash found at Soul Eater. There was a dash at Rancid Egg Dark Deep Nest, a dash at Conga Line, and a dash at Thorns.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Is there anything else that we're missing? No, I think that's pretty much
So
everything.
did we get the same claw?
200 essence.
Yeah.
Tash had the lead on Claw. You had a really slick dashless Who fight, especially with nail upgrades on your right lap. Tash had the lead on Claw, but then took a death in Kingdom's Edge while trying to go up and clear more of it out, which I think gave you all the time you need to catch up, get Claw, get
And get to Emerald.
Profit, which got you C-Dash, which sort of opened up your next set of goals.
Right. Also, is Mass Egg having Shape of One while going to Militia?
Was strong, yeah.
That was goals behind goals again.
Yeah.
We love Lockout.
Love Lockout. But fortunately, this was merely Game 1 Redux, so I don't think you have Game 2 scheduled yet, but
Not yet,
we will be back for
We
more.
were thinking probably this weekend, but we heard that who was it? Was it Locust that was planning on scheduling this weekend or something?
Yeah,
They wanted
I think,
to see if you were gonna schedule first.
I'm still in the middle of talking with Cthulhu, but I believe we're looking at our first one for Saturday and our second one for Sunday, but those should be going up on the schedule rather soon, so you guys can schedule around them
Yeah.
appropriately.
I believe that we will be doing our second match on Saturday also.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
probably. And we got another race in a little under 2 hours today.
If you like what you saw here, we got Game 1 of Winners Finals of the lower bracket at 4 Eastern on this very channel in just a moment.
That should be really good. I'm excited to watch that. I'm not going to be commentating that one, but definitely going to be around to watch because that's going to be good.
It'll be me and Jason on the mic. So Mike P and Aiden, two people that just showed up and took just about every name. Mike had to run into Tash early. Aiden, I forget what Aiden's bracket path was, but they have both proved themselves to be absolutely worthy of the mantle of Winners Finals.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, cool. Well, I guess that's what we've got for this race. Hopefully catch you guys back here in about 2 hours-ish.
Yep.
GG's again.
Oh,
GG's.
yeah, GG's. Thanks for commentating.
Yep, thank you.